Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Wotecki and I am the district librarian. I wanted to take some time and share with you some brand new young adult fiction titles that may interest you for summer reading. You will see on the slides included here that I also listed some of the themes as required for your summer reading, but many of the books include even more themes not listed here, and as you read the books, you will find even more. I would like to now introduce Hannah and Matt as my guest presenters. They are going into the 10th grade at Nordonia High School. We are going to start with our first book presented by Matt.
A bag of chips. That's all 16-year-old Rashad is looking for at the corner bodega. What he finds instead is a fist-happy cop, Paul Galuzzo, who mistakes Rashad for a shoplifter, mistakes Rashad's pleadings that he'd stolen nothing, mistakes his resistance to leave the bodega as resisting arrest, and mistakes Rashad's every flinch at every punch the cop throws as further resistance and refusal to stay still as ordered. But how can you stay still when someone is pounding your face into the concrete pavement? But there were witnesses. Quinn Collins, a varsity basketball player and Rashad's classmate, who has been raised by Paul since his own father died in Afghanistan, and a video camera. Soon the beating is all over the news, and Paul is getting threatened with accusations of prejudice and racial brutality. Quinn refuses to believe that the man who had basically been his hero could possibly be guilty. Then Rashad is absent, and absent again, and again. And the basketball team, half of whom are Rashad's best friends, start to take sides, as does the school, and the town. Simmering tensions threaten to explode as Rashad and Quinn are forced to face decisions and consequences they had never considered before. This is a book that is a reflection of the racial tension we hear and about on the nightly news.
It's July in New York City. An aspiring filmmaker, Wes Ackerman, has just arrived to start his summer term at NYU. While shooting a seance at a psychic's in East Village, he meets a mysterious, intoxicatingly beautiful girl named Annie. As they start spending time together, Wes finds himself falling for her, drawn to her, and her entrancing glow. There's just something about her that he can't put his finger on, something far away and otherworldly that compels him to fall even deeper. Annie's from the city, and yet she seems just as out of place as Wes feels. Lost in the chaos of the busy city streets, she's been searching for something, a missing ring. And now Annie is running out of time and needs Wes's help. As they search together, Annie and Wes uncover secrets lurking around every corner, secrets that will reveal the truth of Annie's dark past. If you're looking for a mystery with a little paranormal twist, this is for you. Fun fact. The author, Catherine Howie, is a descendant of two accused Salem witches from the 1620s, Elizabeth Proctor and Elizabeth Howie.
Everyone has a reason to fear the boy with the gun. 10 a.m. The principal of Opportunity High School finishes her speech, welcoming the entire student body to a new semester and encouraging them to excel and achieve. 10:02 a.m. The students get up to leave the auditorium for their next class. 10:03. The auditorium doors won't open. 10:05. Someone starts shooting. Told from four perspectives over the span of 54 harrowing minutes, terror reigns as one student's calculated revenge turns into the ultimate game of survival. This is not just another school shooting book. It is told minute by minute in a completely different format. And it shows us that, again, our so-called friends are not always what they pretend to be.
All Imogen Scott knows of her mother is the bedtime story her father told her as a child. It's the story of how her parents met. He, a forensic pathologist, she, a mysterious woman who came to identify a body. A woman who left Imogen and her father when she was a baby. A woman who was always possessed of a powerful loneliness. A woman who many referred to as troubled waters. Now Imogen is 17, and her father, a famous author of medical mysteries, has snuck out in the middle of the night and hasn't come back. Neither Imogen's stepmother nor the police know where he could have gone, but Imogen is convinced he's looking for her mother. And she decides it's up to her to put to use the skills she's gleaned from a lifetime of reading her father's books to track down a woman she's only known in stories in order to find him, and, perhaps, the answer to the question she's carried with her for her entire life.
For fans of John Green and Rabel Wow comes this powerful novel with the most fearless character, self-proclaimed fat girl Willoween Dixon. From Julie Murphy, the acclaimed author of Side Effects May Vary. with starry Texas nights, red candy suckers, Dolly Parton songs, and a wildly unforgettable character, Dumplin' is the guarantee to steal your heart. Dubbed Dumplin' by her former beauty queen mom, Willow Dean has always been at home in her own skin. Her thoughts on having the ultimate bikini body: put a bikini on your body. With her all-American beauty best friend Ellen by her side, things have always worked. Until Will takes a job at Harpy's, the local fast food joint. There she meets private school Bo, a hot former jock. Will isn't surprised to find herself attracted to Bo, but she is surprised when he seems to like her back. Instead of finding new heights of self-assurance in her relationship with Bo, Will starts to doubt herself. So she sets out to take back her confidence by doing the most horrifying thing she can imagine, entering the Miss Teen Blue Bonnet pageant, along with several other unlikely candidates, to show the world that she deserves to be up there as much as any Twiggly girl does. Along the way, she'll shock the heck out of Clover City, and maybe herself most of all.
16-year-old Jessica lives to run. Every morning, she and her dog Sherlock tackle a 5-mile loop to start the day. The wind in her hair and the pull of her muscles make her feel alive. After school, she and her best friend Fiona join the track team for practice and competitions. Jessica is even counting on winning a track scholarship for college. But then her entire world screeches to a painful dead end. The man who crashes into the track team's bus doesn't have insurance, and that's not the smallest of the disasters he leaves behind. One member of the track team dies in the accident, and Jessica's crushed leg requires amputation. Now she faces huge obstacles just to use the bathroom, take a shower, and climb the stairs. After taking some time to heal, she is fitted with a prosthetic leg and struggles in learning to walk again. In addition, she continuously battles the demons of self-worth and all the while believing she will never run again. But then Jessica finds some seeds of hope. There is a special prosthetic leg available just for running, but it's terribly expensive. Her track family decides to raise the money to buy it for her, enlisting the help and support of the entire community. Meanwhile, Jessica struggles to catch up on her missed homework and calls on math whiz Rosa for assistance. She has never really paid much attention to Rosa, who uses a wheelchair and suffers from cerebral palsy. But their friendship sparks a new strength and light in Jessica that inspires her to want to give something back to Rosa. She is determined to share her love of running with her new friend in a way Rosa could never have imagined. Be sure to watch this book trailer too, if it sounds like something you're interested in.
Michael Grant unleashes an epic, genre-bending, and transformative new series that reimagines World War II with girl soldiers fighting on the front lines. World War II, 1942. A court decision makes women subject to the draft and eligible for service. The unproven American Army is going up against the greatest fighting force ever assembled, the armed forces of Nazi Germany. 3 girls sign up to fight: Rio Ricklin, Frangie Marr, and Rainey Schulterman. Are average girls with dreams and aspirations. At the start of their lives, at the start of their loves. Each has her own reason for volunteering. Rio fights to honor her sister. Frangie needs money for her family. Rainey wants to kill Germans. For the first time, they leave behind their homes and families to go to war. These 3 daring young women will play their parts in war to defeat evil and save the human race. As the fate of the world hangs in the balance, they will discover the roles that define them on the front lines. They will fight the greatest war the world has ever known. We also have linked the book trailer on this slide if you are interested in this title.
Livy Flynn is a big deal. She's a New York Times best-selling author whose young adult fiction has sold all over the world. She's rich, she's famous, she's gorgeous, and she's full of herself. When she's invited to an A-list writers' conference, she decides to accept so she can have some time to herself. She's on a tight deadline for her next book, and she has no intention of socializing with the other industry people at the conference. And then she hits the detour. Before she knows it, her brand new car is wrecked. She's hurt, and she's tied to a bed in a nondescript shack in the middle of nowhere. A woman and her apparently manic daughter have kidnapped her, and they have no intention of letting her go. What Livy soon discovers is that the accident she was in may not have been an accident, and there may be a reason why she is being held captive.
To Audrey Kalesa, the Hotel Ruby is her last family vacation before her dad drops her and her brother off at their grandmother's house. Her dad says he will be back to pick them up eventually, but Audrey knows the truth. The resemblance they bear to her recently deceased mother will prevent him from returning. What Audrey does not know is how to deal with her own grief, which threatens to ruin her. The Hotel Ruby provides a welcome distraction from her tragic past as the nights whirl by in a sea of parties, rooftop adventures, and tours with Elias Lange, a handsome, live-in guest of the Hope Ruby. But despite all the grandeur and prestige surrounding it, Audrey cannot shake the feeling that something is off about the famed hotel and its inhabitants. Audrey attempts to uncover the mysteries of the hotel before her stay is over forever.
Ella has spent her high school years living in popular Maddie's shadows, but she has never been envious of Maddie. In fact, she's chosen the quiet, safe confines of her sketchbook over the constant battle for attention that has defined Maddie's world. When, after a heated argument, Maddie and Ella get into a tragic accident that leaves her sister dead. Ella wakes up in the hospital surrounded by loved ones who believe she is Maddie. Feeling responsible for Maddie's death and everyone's grief, Ella makes a split-second decision to pretend to be Maddie. Soon Ella realizes that Maddie's life was full of secrets. Caught in a web of lies, Ella is faced with two options: confess her deception or live her sister's life.
Don't forget, there's more than one way to read a book. Ask a librarian to help you. There are playaways, which are audiobooks on MP3 players, as well as audiobook CDs. The public library also has ebooks available through Overdrive for your Kindles, tablets, and yes, even those smartphones. For more resources to find great titles for summer reading, I've included some links here, and you will be able to click on these links within the PowerPoint attached here to this website and look at more titles based on what you enjoy reading. Don't forget, all summer reading choices should be grade level appropriate to subject matter, vocabulary, and length according to your reading level. Also, don't forget to visit your local public library. The Northfield Library, as well as the Twinsburg Public Library, have great librarians that are able to help you find titles that best match what you're interested in. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great summer.